Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's Newcastle United news show with myself, Paul, and Billy Bob. I know Sam's in the chat. Sam, if you're available, you can jump on. Feel free. But thank you very much for tuning in, guys. As usual, if you do enjoy tonight's show, hit that thumbs up. Very, very important to the channel that we keep those coming in. And, of course, if you're new, why not subscribe to this fantastic community that we have here? Free to do so. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. And, of course, you can support the channel in the usual two ways. First of all is by membership. And we do have some membership giveaways tonight. So please do become a member. Hit that join button underneath the two of us. And, of course, super chats are available, which is the $ underneath the live chat, which will guarantee your comments to be read out on the show. Apparently, Sam's on the train with 2 pints. Well, there you go. She always just exceeds expectations, I guess. Anyway, good evening, Billy.
Good evening, and good evening to all those out there in Viewerland. And I just have to say, before we go any further, how the world of football has missed Tyrone Mings and his brain farts.
Yes, would you like to explain what happened, Billy?
We just picked up the ball from a goal kick or a free kick, not sure which it was, and rolled it back to the keeper as if he wanted to take it again. And the refs give a penalty after a bit of arguing from the Club Brugge side. He's been out for a year with a knee injury. Obviously, he did it at St James's Park. But to just pick the ball up and roll it back, it's absolute madness. And they're losing 1-0 now.
It's one of those head gun moments, really, isn't it? I mean, it's just complete heads gone. Hey, Tyrone Mings is, well, I mean, he's done that over the past, hasn't he? But never mind. It's Villa. Anyway, some news just coming out this afternoon after the earlier show did today is that Newcastle United plan on speaking to the Metro system or whoever's in charge of the Metro system regarding the Gallagher end, Billy, and maybe what they can do to develop the Gallagher end. Now, obviously, we know that if they were going to stay at St James's Park, then obviously they would have to have conversations with certain companies as to, how they can redevelop. And, of course, the Metro system runs pretty much directly under St James's, doesn't it, the Gallagher end? So does that give you a feeling that they may be preferring to stay at St James's?
Well, if they're exploring that possibility, I guess, it's not off the table yet. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for instance, if they wanted to extend the Gallagher, they'd have to dig back and, of course, deeper to lower the foundations. Mm-hmm. And as you just mentioned there, the Metro runs underneath, and that would be a massive obstacle for it. But if the Metro can kind of divert their line and avoid that, then it's a good sign to be able to extend the Gallagher. Of course, the real problem comes when they try and do the East Stand, isn't it? That's where the problem comes.
Well, the East Stand is going to create all the problems, isn't it? Because of the list of buildings. But, I mean, you can, in theory, lift the lifted buildings and rebuild them elsewhere. But, I mean, it depends on how people feel about that. And certainly the people that are in those premises at the moment. It's a very, very tough situation. It's a tough situation to either rebuild obviously the listed stuff. It's a difficult situation to maybe try and find an area to build a new ground, because it's not just a new ground we're talking about here. These guys want to make whatever, if they did have a new ground, it would be, a standout symbol of the city, wouldn't it? It wouldn't just be a football ground. It would be a training complex. It would be hotels. It would be everything. We already know that much. So, finding somewhere to build that kind of thing is very difficult around the city centre. And of course, the redevelopment of St James's Park is still, as we just said there, is still going to cause a chaos, if you like. I mean, the shutting down of the areas where they need to rebuild, etc. It's just going to be mad, isn't it? So it's a very complex situation, Billy, and it's not one that I think is going to be solved very quickly.
No, absolutely not. It's there's more than one option on the table, isn't there? If they can't get the required kind of paperwork and allowance to be able to rebuild St James, they're going to have to move. But I noticed today also that the woman that is part of the Leeds Terrace group that is on the council, has resigned her seat on the council. So maybe it's connected, maybe not. We shall see. I guess we'll have to wait.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's waiting. It's waiting for whatever decision is coming. And, there's a lot of to and fro. And we've had this conversation many times about whether we we want to move away from St James's, whether we want that new fantastic stadium or whether they can redevelop St James's into that fantastic stadium. It already is a fantastic stadium, but we know the waiting lists for season tickets. We know the potential of the capacity that they can get. And I think the way they're talking about the Gallagher end is possibly a further 10,000 seats at that end. So it would be probably another tier that we're talking about.
Yes, I would think so, unless it goes back further, and So it's going to be deeper. Of course, you've got to build deeper to have bigger foundations, lower foundations. So yeah, another tier on top of what we've got. It's
going to be high, whoever you are. It's going to be high.
It's going to be on the same level as level 7, isn't it?
Yeah, which
but then you've got that. Yeah, you've got that bit in the east stand bit, which is lower, which makes the whole thing look a bit lopsided. But again, if they can get some kind of allowance to kind of build on that, then you're looking at what you want, which is 20,000 seats, isn't it?
Absolutely. By the way, I also played a fantastic song earlier on that was sent in by a fantastic subscriber. I think his name's Brian. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but I'll just double check that because I don't want to get his name wrong. Sorry, it was Bill. Sorry, not Brian. Bill Rogers. He sent. He's got a song ready for TTR Friday as well, by the way, Billy. But we'll play that on Friday. But he sent in a Newcastle United song, which is I played it on the earlier show, so some might have already heard it, but some will probably want to hear it again. It is absolutely brilliant. What he's done is he's used AI, but he's actually he's created the words himself and put it into an AI generator, and it's come out with a fantastic song. Billy hasn't heard it, so we'll get his reaction for it a bit later on as well. But we will, as I say, we've got giveaways as well. So we may as well get started with some giveaways as well. So I just need to find me little giveaway tool. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. I have to find the tool in which to do the draw. And it's a bit of a pain in the arse at times, but there it is.
Get your tool in the drawers then. Yep, jumped in.
Indeed, Billy, indeed. So I'll select the right show because we've got a few. We've got a few shows scheduled, which is really good. Oh, no, don't leave StreamYard. Bloody hell, man. Christ. Anyway, the first giveaway we've got tonight is bloody marvellous, Billy. Oh! I've just dropped my notebook on me finger. I'm fine. Now, the first giveaway we have is it's a bit of a retro, Billy. It is a retro. It's fantastic, actually. There you go. It is the old silver Newcastle United shirt from sometime in the 80s, wasn't it?
84, 85, yeah. It's giving me Chris Waddle vibes. And
yes, very tight the words, if I do recall as well, Billy.
And the shorts were very short.
Indeed. Something that, ladies would probably like to see Fabian Schär wearing these days. But
you come through the sides, no danger whatsoever.
Absolutely. Now, this is a members-only draw. It is size 2XL. All the retro ones seem to only go to 2XL. So, I mean, Billy, we could put in if we wanted a crop top. But listen, I mean, look, if you've got like a Newcastle United, I was going to say dungeon there, but what I'll say is a man cave, you can obviously frame it and it would go very, very nice. It would go nice in a frame. It's a bit of memorabilia, of course. From times gone by. Now, please remember, you have to be a member to enter this, okay? Because the mods will just move you, and it's pointless. They'll remove the comment, and it wouldn't get added anyway. So you do have to be a member. Right, what hashtag should we use for this one, Billy?
Let's go hashtag Waddle.
Hashtag Waddle. Right, so that's hashtag Waddle, WADDLE. Just put hashtag Waddle in the chat and you will be entered, but you do have to be a member, of course. Anybody that's not a member will not be put in for this draw. So please just abide by the rules. I mean, it's not difficult. If you're not a member, you're not a member. But this is members only. Laura Gallagher, you are not a member. I don't know whether you think you are, but you're not. So yours will get removed by the mods. Sorry about that, Laura. But maybe that's a signal that you do need to become one. Tony Dalton, you are not a member either. Peter Alderson has said, good luck, everyone. Indeed. Martin Brophy, you're not a member. I think some people think they might be members, Billy, just because they're subscribed, but the membership is a very different thing.
Oh, it's run out.
Or it might have run out. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, are you still preferring a move, Billy? Or would you like to stay?
No, I always want to stay at, if it's at all possible, then it's remaining at St James Park, where it is now, is my preferred option.
Yeah. I mean, look, we spoke about the wonderful thing that could be a new ground and a new training setup and all that jazz, couldn't it? I mean, Gary, you are not a member. Why do people bother? I don't understand. It's Laura says she was a member. It's obviously ran out, Laura. Obviously, people sometimes give memberships as well, but we'll see what happens. Oh, she's done it. Laura Gallagher is now she's now a member, Billy. So yeah, re-enter, Laura. Get yourself in with #Waddle. That's fine. Some people obviously don't know that they've run out, but Laura Gallagher is back in the race for the shirt. We've got quite a few giveaways tonight, so get yourselves signed up to the membership if you want to win some prizes. But there you go. Now, Billy, the date has been set for the Carabao Cup quarter-final.
Yes.
And it will be played, obviously, at St James's Park, 7:45 on Wednesday, the 18th of December. Yes. Can't bloody wait, Billy. No. A chance to go back to the two-legged semi-final, and we are in serious grasp now of making another final.
Yeah, with 3 games from Wembley. Beat Brentford, then we're just 2 games. However, the semi-final is probably going to be harder than anything else we've faced this year so far.
Yeah,
but you've got to be in it to win it, and I think we can beat anyone on our day. So why not? Why not?
Well, I mean, listen, we got for once. I mean, no disrespect to Brentford because they're a very good side.
They are.
But for once, we got a favourable draw because we haven't had favourable draws in both cup competitions for quite some time now. But now we are. Martin Watson has signed up to membership. Thank you very much, Martin. Welcome to Members Club. But obviously, Brentford is not, Man United away or Liverpool away. There was some draws that we could have got, Billy, but we kind of sit and look at and think, nah, it's not happening this year.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are still in it. Spurs away wouldn't have been easy. So, yeah, it would have been hard. But I think Arsenal are still left in it as well. You wouldn't want to go to the Emirates and play. So, yeah, it could have been hard. But out of all the ties we could have got, I guess Brentford at home is one of the ones that, if you could select it, that would be the one you'd select. There was a championship side in it, but I don't know who they are. I can't remember who they are at the minute.
Yeah.
But there you go. Yeah, Brentford at home is a fantastic draw. Anybody at home would have been a good draw. But Brentford at home, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of people are worried, though, Billy, that, this thing about playing the sort of lesser teams in the Premier League, we struggle. But it's a cup game, isn't it? It's very much different to the Premier League. It's a cup game. And Brentford will fancy their chances. They've got some very, very good players. And they're not fighting relegation anymore. They're a very, very established Premier League team now. So they may look at it and think, right, we've got nothing to lose going to St James's Park. We can put on a performance.
And there's a few little things that are going on that kind of remind me of the season we got there. Southampton knocked out Man City in this round last time before we played them. Yeah. They've now got Liverpool at home, who are currently top of the table as well. So a little bit of a link there. Looking forward to seeing Southampton beat Liverpool and us to get them in the semis.
Well, you speak of Southampton, Billy. I mean, look, they're not playing very well in the Premier League. They're struggling right now. So it's an opportunity. I think they'll look at that game to say, right, this is a chance for us to, it's a cup game. Anything can happen. But if we get through this round, it'll give us motivation to move forward. Because a lot of people say, oh, yeah, they'll concentrate on the Premier League. But what's the point of that? If they get to a semi-final of a cup, that's going to give them a real kick up the arse to do stuff in the Premier League.
Well, yeah, there's players that will be playing for the places to try and get a game at Wembley, won't they, if they can get to the final?
Absolutely.
I'd love to get to Southampton in the semis and then play whoever in the final. As I say, a one-off game, I think we can beat anybody.
Yeah, we can. Charles Grimmer, in brackets, Keith S., welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much. And Jack, welcome to Members Club as well. Thank you very much for signing up. Make sure you get your #waddles into the chat. We'll be drawing that in a couple of minutes' time. Now, just following on from the show I did earlier on today, Billy, Mbuemo is a big fan's favourite that we should go for, but we were linked with Jared Bowen again. And again, a lot of people in the chat were saying that, Bourne is very much a hometown player. He will not want to move because of who his family are.
Well, he's not exactly a Cockney, is he? He's of course part of the Dyer clan because of his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I mean, footballers move all the time. I mean, West Ham are having the greatest of seasons. So I mean, I think it'd be too expensive for us to buy Mind. I have to say, I think you'd pay less for Bremo than what you would for Bowen. But I mean, if he's on the table and they want to sell for a reasonable price, then I'd be all in for him. But can't see it happening personally.
Well, Bourne's contract is till 2030, and he's turning 28 very shortly. So there's pros and cons, and many people saying, he's not, he doesn't fit the remit because he's not a younger player. But I tried to swing that around to the other side of the coin, Billy, and say that maybe we might be looking at some experienced players for the here and now. It's all right buying players in for the future, but why not the next couple of years, the here and now, to grow the club?
I mean, let's be honest. Bowen's never had a massive turn of pace, so he can play to his 33, 34, no danger, and you're going to get another 5 years out of him. So I've got no argument with trying to sign him, but I just think you can get as good for cheaper. I think Mbeumo will be cheaper than him, and I think he's younger and quicker and more dynamic and scores more goals. So for me, he's more of a player that I'd go for rather than Bowen.
I'd agree. I like Mbeumo. I really do. And he's had a fantastic start to the season, hasn't he? Graham Sinclair, thank you for your super chat. He says, how many members does the channel have, Paul? Oh, my God, you're asking a question there, aren't you? Bloody hell. Let me just see if I can actually get that information for you because where will I find it?
While you're looking for that, people are saying Semenyo too. Absolutely. He'd be another one I'd be looking at.
Well, you're a big fan of him, aren't you? I mean, Semenyo's an excellent player. Do you know what? I haven't got any idea where to find this or audience. Maybe I don't know. Doesn't tell me there. Do you know what? I'll have to try and find it because I don't know where it is right now, and I don't want to sort of be sat looking for that. It's in the hundreds, if not over 1,000 members. I mean, we've got 33,000 subscribers. Steve Headers is there saying 33.1, Paul. Yeah, that's subscribers, but actual members, I think it's over 1,000. It must be over 1,000, Billy, surely.
I would think so. Yeah. I would think so.
Yeah, but hey, if you're not a member, why not? Let's do the draw then, Billy. Our first one of the evening. So I shall share my screen. Here we go, and then we'll go to. Oh dear me, where is it? There it is. Okay. So it was hashtag Waddle. Is that up on the screen, Billy?
It is indeed.
Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. The draw for the first Newcastle United replica shirt from '84 season, and the winner is NUFC Lad 88. NUFC Lad 88, you have won. Well done, my friend. But you know the score. We need to know in the chat that you've seen it. And here comes the old countdown music. So,
come on, lad.
Music. It's a bit loud for my liking, that, Billy.
It's a bit short for mine.
Yeah, he's there. He's there. He's there. NUFC Lad 88 has won the shirt. So all you need to do, matey, is email me. Just put in the heading silver replica shirt, and in the main email, your address. The email address to send that to is in the description below. It is simply contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. That's contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. So well done, pal. You are the first winner of this evening. Should we get another one away, Billy? I'm feeling generous tonight, mate. I'm feeling generous. In the meantime, we got a super chat in from Kieran. Why not get Bourne as right winger and Mbeumo as possible backup striker if needed?
I mean, you're talking lots and lots and lots of coin. So, we are struggling with the PSR thing. So I don't think both are in the option.
Well,
unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. The next giveaway is this one, and it is on the back Bruno G 39. Now, again, this size, let me just double check it so I'm not giving wrong information. Now, this one's a large. But again, anybody can go for this one and frame it. These are going to be very, I would think, expensive in the future. But this still has its tag on as well, by the way. And a big thank you to Paul for sending me these as well for the giveaways. So, Billy.
Well, I guess hashtag Bruno's got to be if that's on the back of it.
You want Bruno. Hashtag Bruno this time. Okay, don't put anything in yet, guys, because I need to set it up. Otherwise, you will not be counted. This is all lowercase, guys. You do have to be a member. Hashtag Bruno. Get that in the chat. But you do have to be a member or the mods will just remove you. So if you want to become a member, then that join button is available directly underneath me and Billy Bob. Nicole, stop cheating. Clue, you're not a member either. Oh, dear me.
I've got to say, we're now without telling people. So, the memberships. You need to keep an eye on your membership when they're going to expire.
Yeah, because I think some people think they're members and they're not actually members, but never mind. Now, Billy, if some people mentioned Anthony Gordon on the right.
Yep.
And the current system of Joe Linton and Willock on the left. Now, to me, I love it, right? Mm-hmm. In the words of the great Kevin Keegan, I love it. And some people were suggesting maybe we don't go for a right winger. Maybe we go for a striker and a centre-back and spend more money on them because Anthony Gordon is settled at right wing now and we've got the left-hand side sorted. But what we don't have, Billy, is if anything happened to Anthony Gordon, we don't have depth on that right-hand side and we're back to, Murphy and Miggy again.
Yeah, I think a right winger is essential, to be honest. I don't think Anthony Gordon really wants to play there forever either. He can play there. He's okay playing there for a game or two, but I think he wants to play on the left-hand side. So, yeah, I still think the right winger is where we need to go. I think we need a striker also, and I think we need a centre-back also, but I don't think we're going to get all those in the January window. So,
yeah. Martinson, I don't understand why I'm not a member. I paid for it this morning, came out of my account. You need to take it up with YouTube, mate. Unfortunately, we don't have any control on it. Dave says, Paul, you just said this is viable for everyone. That's why. Well, I didn't. I've said members only. We may give a little prize away to all the viewers later on, but it's always the members only first. So that's us giving back to our members, basically. If we didn't go for a right winger, Billy, and it's a huge if, because I generally think we've got a few names on that list who want to sign, who we want to sign, not who want to sign for us. I would love that, a list of right wingers who want to sign. Where would the next position be for you?
I think we need a centre back. I really do think we need a right-sided centre back. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We've seen Fabian Schär being a bit iffy this season, a bit dodgy. Attitude-wise, he needs some competition to kind of spruce him up a little bit, if you like. I know Lascelles is not far from coming back, but even so, if he does come back, he may not be as good as he was before he got injured. So I'm sure the right side centre-back's really important for me.
And Keith Downey, reporting this morning, Billy, that Botman isn't anywhere near a comeback yet. And of course, he's been teasing us on his own social media, especially on Instagram, pictures of the football pitch and ball and saying he can't wait to get back. And but apparently he's nowhere near, and it could literally be after Christmas before he's back. So again, like Callum Wilson, you're talking about somebody coming back from a long-term injury, having to get match fit, and then pushing for a first-team start. So you're looking at, if he's back to fitness after Christmas, he's got to get match fit then.
Well, at least they're doing it right. I mean, I think in the past that it'd have been forced back earlier, but now obviously. He's not going to be playing until he is right, and I guess Mr. Bunch's influence on it all is helping. I mean, he's a massive loss to us, Sven Botman. He's a quality player. Yeah, but we've got to get him right first. We saw last season trying to play with a potential injury didn't do him any favours whatsoever, and in fact, it's cost him 9 months of his career. So.
And I guess Lascelles as well. I think Lascelles has done at Newcastle now. That injury's done him no favours. And, I'd wish him well in any future endeavours that he goes on to do, of course. But at the same time, we've got the same situation up front.
Yes, well,
Callum Wilson, there's a lot of questions about questioning him, his attitude, saying that, is he just deliberately hanging back. I'm starting to believe it a little bit, you know, Billy. I'm starting to think that the excuses that are coming out the club for Callum Wilson are just made up to put the fans off, because they're keeping him fit for when the January transfer window opens, so they can at least get something for him. I may be way off, by the way, but it's just the feeling you get.
He's out of contract end of the season anyway, and I don't see him signing a new one. Would a club be that kind of desperate to sign Callum Wilson in the January window? Maybe. Maybe someone like I've seen him linked with Southampton yesterday. You know, then maybe he could go there and we get a little bit of a fee for him, but wouldn't be an awful lot. Wouldn't be an awful lot. You're looking at 5 million tops, I imagine.
Yeah. Philip says would break the bank and go for Lamine Yamal from Barca. Philip, I don't know whether you're still asleep and dreaming right now, my friend, but I think that signing, I mean, I don't know, Billy, something, you know, it could rain. It could rain money, literal pound coins or £10 notes before we would ever be able to get Yamal. No way, Billy.
I think it's got £1 billion release clause, hasn't it? Or €1 billion release clause, something ridiculous like that.
It is, yeah. There's just no way. David Noble, who's celebrating a year's membership with the channel. Thank you very much for your support, David. And Buemo can cover as striker as well, because he is doing it for Brentford. So another good, versatile signing if we can pull it off. Wilson, Paul, maybe it's a mental health, mate. Yeah, we've discussed that before, Steve. Maybe it is. That's why I always say, after we've commented on, this is only speculation. This is only from a fan's point of view. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. But, you know, you kind of get the excuses that are coming out from Newcastle. And, you know, we've seen so many footballers, Billy, come out, you know, in the past and explain that they've had mental health problems. I guess I'm being a bit... I don't know whether Callum Wilson, if it is a mental health thing, should he just let everybody know and then we can just understand? You know, yeah. I understand if he doesn't want to, but I also understand that if they did say that and it really affected his mental health, this injury, then we'd all understand and certainly lay off him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hypothetical situation. We're trying to force him into it. And I don't really want to do that. But, I mean, the amount of injuries this kid's had over his career, he's lost maybe 3 or 4 years of his career due to injuries. It wouldn't be a surprise if he did have some kind of issue with mental health. But we don't know this. It's all hypothetical speak.
Exactly. Alan Tidwell says Arsenal are keen to get a Newcastle striker, so give them Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what would happen, though? If Wilson goes to Arsenal, he'd score like 15 goals between January and the end of the season. And Arsenal, I don't want anybody. I don't want any of our players going to Arsenal. None of them. I mean, Arsenal seem to think that Alexander Isak, he's got his sat-nav set for frigging the Emirates already. What a load of tosh that is. Graham says, dreaming that Botman comes back and to form he was when he first joined us. He's a world beater. Again, it's a horrible injury, and you know, but it's all in the head as well. And I think, you know, just as long as, I mean, he was never really blessed with blister and pace, Billy. It's how he reads the game, isn't it?
Yeah. The way things are these days, with technology and stuff, he'll be no problem with him. He'll still be a terrific player, maybe better. Having a year on the sidelines, you know, you can see things. Looking forward to seeing him back. We've missed him. We have missed him.
Of course, Martin saying there, Eddie the Raiders old club, Bournemouth for Semenyo. I mean, we were very impressed with Semenyo when he played against us, weren't we? And we did say that, you know, he would be ideal for our right-hand side, what he does and what he offers.
He's an absolute menace, isn't he? I mean, when he's on his day, he's unplayable because he's tall, quick, skillful, powerful, got all the attributes you want from a right winger. And he scores goals. Yeah, it cost a pretty penny, but I think it'd be worth it.
Lots of people saying that about Fabian shares. There are, you know, rumours of a £30 million bid coming in January. I don't think anyone's going to bid 30 million for Fabian Schär. I think that would be quite ludicrous given his age now. I don't think he's worth 30 million. I mean, to us, when he's on form, he's priceless, but he hasn't been at it.
But it's John Adams for £30 million. I think we'd all be driving him to the airport ourselves.
Yeah, but the problem is, Billy, we've got no backup if we did.
Well, we could spend...
You know, we'd have to have that backup, surely.
Yeah, 90
unless
million quid.
unless Krafu just comes in for a few games and just covers that position like he normally does.
You're looking at 90 million quid, though, aren't you, with your PSR?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you get a pretty good centre back for that.
Looney Tunes says Barnes hasn't exactly ripped up trees, so if he had to go, so be it. But ideally, we would keep our best players. Well, we spoke about him the other day, didn't we? Where we talked about the left-hand side, Billy, and how he might be feeling now, because I think Eddie probably, for now, favours Gordon on the right and the Joe's on the left.
Well, he was unhappy that he was kind of competing with Gordon for the left-hand side. Now there's an extra kind of obstacle to him playing. Well, I can't see him staying too much longer. I don't understand why we bought him in the first place. I really don't. Good player though he is.
Yeah, it's a puzzling one. We didn't, and it could have gone into the right-hand side, which we needed. He had his best game for Bournemouth on Sunday, playing on the left. Was that Semenyo? Was it? Did Semenyo play on the left against City?
I didn't see.
Interesting. Right, let's do the draw for the next shirt, shall we? So you had to be a member, of course, with hashtag Bruno. And let's do this, Billy. Here we go. Who is going to win the Bruno shirt? Plenty of people in for it. Stevie B. Stevie B, you are the winner. So you have till the end of the music. Get in the chat and let us know. Oh, that music, that's a pain in the ass because it doesn't start from the beginning.
He's there now, thank God.
Yes, he is. But, yeah, please do hurry up and let us know because it's actually destroying Billy Trey. So thank you, Stevie B. Just drop us an email. Put Bruno G shirt in the subject and your address in the main body of the email and send that to contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. It's in the description below and I will get that sent to you. So well done, Stevie. He's definitely a member, isn't he, Billy?
Yes, he definitely is. Yes, okay, absolutely.
There you go. No, our mods are well on top of that. Right, before we do another competition, I told you at the start of the show that we had a brilliant song put together through AI from Bill Rogers. Now, he sent me this and I listened to it and I thought I just have to play them on the show because it's absolutely fantastic. It's a great tune. He's made all the lyrics up himself. He just put it into the AI machine to develop the song. And it's absolutely brilliant. So listen to the words as well. The words come up on the screen as well. It's the first time Billy's going to see this as well. So we're going to sit backstage and watch this. So we'll be back with you shortly, but enjoy the song.
The big things come and get battered against the small ones, hopes are shattered. Just one question's from the Toon army. Does he start long, start fours or none? We were halfway down the table, but we play well in the cup. Against Arsenal we were able to climb a bit further up. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in the eyes. We are the Mags, and we love the Toon. Wearing black and white, but we're drinking brew. We're all local heroes, we play it every game. We've never been to play the races, but we sing it all the same. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass. On the left wing, is it Gordon? Is it Barnes or Big Joe? But who's that playing left back? Dan Burno, please God no. Is Mickey on the right wing? Let that be a no. We've got 37 goalkeepers, but we pray he'll play Nick Pope. We are the Knights, and we love the Toon. We're black and white, but we're drinking brew. We're all local heroes, we play it every day. We've never been to play the races, but we sing it all fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass. We love the tune, we love the tune. We sing it proud and we're never backing down. We are the Geordie Magpies, playing black and white. Don't confuse us with our neighbours, cause they're a pile of. We love the tune, we love the tune. We sing it proud and we're never backing down. We are the Geordie Magpies, we play in black and white. And when you come to our back garden, you just might die of fright. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass.
So there you go. We have adopted that song now on the Toon Review, so we will be playing it regularly just to give everyone a little bit of a buzz. Well, Billy, some of the words in that song are just so true.
It's excellent, yes. Give me a glam rock vibe from the mid-70s. Top of the pops with Mud or Shawaddy, not Shawaddy, but T-Rex or something like that. Loved it. Lyrics were great, music was great.
Talking about Eddie Howe. You know, swaying left and right, sitting on the fence. I've got splinters in my ass. It's just brilliant. And then, of course, when we win, we sing. When we lose, we cry. How right is that? You know, sometimes we go a little bit, completely overboard when we lose a game. But hey, that's just the way football works. But yeah,
brilliant, Bill.
I'll tell you what, it just puts a smile on people's faces, that song. And there's some fantastic comments in the chat. Everybody absolutely loving it. And I just think, you know, it gives us TTR Friday vibes as well, doesn't it? But, you know, especially, you know, if we win a game of football as well. Right, the next giveaway. And, well, funny enough, Billy, it's this one.
Wow.
And it's also Bruno G on the back. So I better check the size of this one, but I just so people know how what size this is. This is a UK 2XL, guys. So again, you can either wear it or you can frame it. I think that's the best way of doing it. So let me just go back to my little giveaway tool. Okay, Billy, what hashtag are we going with for this one?
Oh. Hashtag Samba.
Hashtag Samba. Hashtag Samba, all lowercase, SAMBA. Get in members only, please, to try and win this shirt. Brett says, Paul, I want a poll for a song replay. Well, we might do it again at the end, but I mean, look, it's there now. It's part of the channel. You know, I'm so chuffed it is, to be honest, because you know, it just gives us vibes, just vibes, Billy. That's what it'll be. Right, let's see if we can pick up some latest news going on here. By the way, Billy, what do you think about the American election? I mean, we don't talk about politics much, but somebody came on the show earlier on today to say congratulations to Donald Trump.
I've not really got any comment to make. I think it's an horrific result for the world, but that's the way I think. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to do business with him, aren't we? So wow. I guess we have to be nice to him for 4 years, despite the way he is.
Indeed. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Lewis Hall, Billy. Now, apparently, Tuchel has been to watch him already. Now, Tuchel was the man that gave him his debut, of course, for Chelsea. He knows all about Lewis Hall. If you believe what reports are saying, Tuchel's been in touch with Lee Carsley to call him up. Now, they have to, in my opinion. There is certainly no better left back in form at the moment like Lewis Hall.
No, he's the best left back in the country, whether it be English, French, German, whatever. If there's going to be a team of the season, then I think that Mr. Hall gets in the side at this precise moment in time. So English, yeah, has to be in the squad and has to be a starter. Has to be.
Who else do you think, you know, and let's talk about proper left backs here, because I'm sick of talking about square pegs and round holes for England's left back when we keep playing right back there. But, you know, I mentioned Mitchell at obviously Crystal Palace. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, Mitchell to me is the only one really. I can't think of anyone else. Davis perhaps. But
yeah, obviously Leif Davis. But I think the problem is for Leif Davis, I think, is Premier League experience. He's only just come into the Premier League, hasn't he? Listen, he was linked with us at one stage, Leif Davis. Very brilliant kid, brilliant player, and very capable. But I think if we're looking on form right now, he's in better form than Mitchell. And he's playing, for me, he's playing at a higher level than any other proper left back in England right now. Luke Shaw, for me, I mean, he's always on the injured list. His time's been and gone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the fact that Tuchel has a connection to Lewis Hall, does that give him a good sort of boost, if you like, to get called up?
He has to be. I mean, he has everything. No doubt about it. You know, so the fact there is little kind of choice there makes it all the more for Lewis Hall. He has to play. And he has to be in the squad. He has to play. It's not a case of getting in the squad. He has to walk into that side. It's not a case of putting the centre backs there, which Carsley's done and Southgate did, or right backs there, which Southgate and Carsley has done. We've got a specialised left back who's playing to the top of his form, who's got absolute quality in everything he does defensively and in attack. So he has to play, in my opinion. And if he doesn't, I think Tuchel will pick him personally. I think Tuchel will play him. Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Tuchel will have a big say on who gets in the next squad. Yeah. I know he's not officially taken over until January, but I think he will have certainly a conversation with Carsley about maybe some of the players that he wants to see before he steps into the role, if you like. And for me, Lewis Hall, he's excelled. And I said this earlier today, Billy, that we need to give the manager some praise here, because we were all questioning Eddie last season for what he was doing with Lewis Hall. But again, he's been proved right in what he's done with him, just keeping him back a little bit, letting him, nurture more in training, do the things in training that Eddie's asking him to do. And now he's in the side.
I think it was a fitness thing, wasn't it? I mean, he was Chelsea fit when he played with Chelsea, but not Newcastle fit. And we even saw towards the end of last season when he was playing that he was really getting cramp after 80 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was about fitness. It wasn't about the footballing side of it, because we could see a blind man on a galloping horse could see how good he was when he was at Chelsea. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think he's improved in football wise, but he certainly has improved his fitness, and he's putting that on the pitch now, and he's getting 90 minutes week in, week out, and sometimes last week he played 3 games of the week, didn't he? So yeah, outstanding player.
It is. I think that's a big point you make there, Billy, about the fitness. Because I guess he's sort of done the same on the other side with Livramento, and Livramento has found it a bit tougher, obviously, with Trippier being in the same position. I think, if you look at the left back position, when Dan Burn was there, etc., it's not a proper left back, whereas Kieran Trippier is a proper out and out right back. So Livramento's found it more difficult, but Livramento's also done, praised Kieran Trippier a lot for the work that he's done behind the scenes with him, and how much he's learned from Kieran. And I think the fact is, Billy, we could be looking at 2 fullbacks. It could be England fullbacks for years to come, never mind just Newcastle. And that's not being biased. That's just genuinely what I see on the pitch. No,
I agree. I think there's more competition on the right-hand side for Tino, but certainly the left back, he could have 150 caps by the end, because he's only just 20 now. In place he's 32, 33, 34. He could have 150 caps, no danger, if he stays clear of injury. Yeah, and we could be looking at him as a Ashley Cole type left back, a world class left back, which we haven't had many of in the past. Ashley Cole certainly was one. He's probably the best left back I've seen English. Yeah. But Stuart Pearce, another one. 2 with Kenny Sansom, there's 3. But Lewis Hall could be the next one on the track. Yeah, I honestly believe it can be a world class elite left back.
Who's the best left back you've seen for England, Billy, over your time following football?
Ashley Cole. You say? Ashley Cole by country mile.
And if anybody doesn't understand why we're saying Ashley Cole, there's a clip on social media of him playing against Cristiano Ronaldo, where Ronaldo just got so frustrated he almost cried. Ashley Cole had him in his pocket the whole game. Whatever you think of Ashley Cole as a person, as a footballer, he was a top left back. So yeah, it absolutely.
I never thought I'd see a better one than Stuart Pearce, but Ashley Cole was probably Stuart Pearce plus.
I thought you were going to say John Beresford, Billy. To be honest,
and then Kenny Sansom before Stuart Pearce, another one that was fantastic. None of them have been anywhere near as good as Ashley Cole.
Yeah,
I think Lewis Hall can be. He's got everything.
I mean, Kenny Sampson's had it difficult, bless him, since he quit football. It's terrible. You see what happens to what's happened to some previous England players, of course. Warren Dinning, thank you very much for your super chat. Is Eddie creating the England team at Newcastle for when he eventually takes the job?
I don't think that's going to happen now. Not for a while, anyway.
No. I think he's got a lot of unfinished business at Newcastle, judging by what he says. You know what? I'm right behind him. Let's just hope. I mean, it's a tough game at Forest this weekend. Join us at 7:00 tomorrow night. For me and Billy will be live with the preview. Alex is away working. Where's he at this week, Billy? Worthing or somewhere?
He's in Worthing, on the south coast.
Yeah. So it's very difficult for him to get internet connection where he is. Or it's not strong enough to stream, but he'll be back with us for TTR Friday, and we'll get his thoughts on the game as well on Friday. Right, time for another draw, Billy. So this was hashtag Samba for another Bruno shirt. Let's see who is going to be the winner of this one. It is...
Excuse me.
Basil Brush. Oh, I'm pleased for Basil. She's a great person. She actually offered to give me a lift to go and pick my new car up in Middlesbrough a few months ago. Fantastic family. Thank you and well done, Basil Brush. Let me know that you're there, Basil. So I'm going to play the music again, Billy. I'm sorry.
Come on, Basil, live up. She's here.
Oh, she's there. Bloody hell. Like a whip it out the traps there, Basil Brush. Thank you very much. As usual, just put in the comments, Bruno G replica shirt, and actually put seller in brackets, just so I know which one I'm sending to you. So please put your address in the main part of the email and send that to contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. It's down there in the description. I mean, Billy, look, I want to...
Norman Colley's on.
What?
You sound like Norman Colley, then.
What the hell is that?
Do you remember Norman Collier?
No. Am I supposed to?
He was the one that used to say, here we are. Test it too.
I remember the guy out of Police Academy who did that thing with his voice, which was hilarious.
Oh, he was funny.
Brilliant. Anyway, let's give another one away. This is the prize. Match of my life. Of course, we had the author on the channel a couple of months ago, Jake Rusby. This one is to give away. And should we make this everybody, Billy?
Yeah, let everyone in.
Right, this is to everybody, okay? So not just members. This is to all our viewers tonight for a chance of winning Match of My... It's a really good book. I've read it, and it's superb. Really well written. And Billy, what is the hashtag for this one?
Well, let's have it simple. Let's just have book.
B-double-O-K, all lowercase, hashtag book. Get in there. This is for everybody. This is all our viewers tonight can enter hashtag book in the chat. Let's get going. Now, apparently, Billy, that Eddie Howe, this is from the Chronicle, by the way, so take it with a pinch of salt of what you will. Eddie Howe tells Newcastle United squad members to follow Sean Longstaff's example. The Newcastle United midfielder has proved that there is a way back into Eddie Howe's team after being benched. And the midfielder lost his place in October and had to patiently battle for a starting Slaughton House side again. The Newcastle head coach says, yes, I couldn't agree more. I thought Sean played really well today. Of course, this was after the Arsenal game. I thought his technical ability was really high. He played some lovely passes. His defensive understanding is always very, very strong. He knows where to stand. Interesting. He knows how I want the team to play in every situation, so I'm delighted for him. It's not been an easy period for him. He's had to work his way back into the team, and when you get your opportunity, you have to take it. I think he's done that in the last 2 games. Now, Billy, does that give you an indication that he may be in the team again on Sunday?
Potentially. I mean, the way he played, it'd be hard to drop him. But I mean, I always thought it was about rotation, and certain players would play certain games, and players couldn't manage the time, 3 games in a week, etc. So it wasn't a case of him getting. He's kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit, in my opinion. There, because he's players getting dropped and getting himself back in the side. Well, according to what he said last week, he was back in the side because of minutes.
But this is the thing, isn't it? How do you think Harvey Barnes would take that comment, Billy, saying, you've got to get in the team and that you've got to take your chance? Now, for me, whatever we think about Harvey Barnes, is he came into the team and he took his chance.
Scored goals, and then was dropped.
He scored goals and then he dropped him. And it's not a case of rotation because he hasn't been in the starting lineup for, I think he started against Chelsea, didn't he, in the Carabao? But Premier League-wise, he's gone very different.
Yeah, it's... I'm sure he'd be thinking, well, that's not what's happened to me. I've come on, scored winning goals, scored the week after, and then was dropped again. Yeah. However, he hasn't been great of late, I have to say. But why would you be if you're performing to the level he was performing at and then getting dropped or rested? Then it sounds like he's letting the cat out of the bag a little bit there to me. But you haven't got to credit Sean Longstaff because his effort, and obviously he trains well, and he is one of these players that performs through the energy side of the game. He covers every blade of grass every week, and he's one of them professionals that you want in the squad. But should he be in the team every week? Should he be in the team on quality wise? Absolutely not.
Now, after the win, Longstaff's now been in house side for 2 big wins over Chelsea in the Cup and, of course, Arsenal in the Premier League. With Isak, Bruno and Anthony Gordon all on song against the Gunners, Longstaff said, we've said we're only as good as the top players in our team are, really, and they'll take us as far as we'll go. If they're at it, then we're a good team. If they're not, then we're not as good. I think that's basic. I mean... comments will set the world on fire, Billy.
Who said that? Sean?
Sean.
I mean, Sean's got a cheek to say if they're not as good.
Well, look,
some of the performances he's put in over the past year or 2.
Yeah. Obviously talking about the big name players, but I think, to be quite honest, I mean, I think he's thrown the big players under the bus a little bit there, saying that, if these players aren't at it, then we're not at it as a team. So basically, he's given himself an excuse and maybe the lesser players, because if the big players don't turn up, then it's a free pass for them.
Yeah. It's also a degree stating the bleeding obvious, isn't it? If our best players don't play well, then we're not going to be as good. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. Christian B, you've put about 5 different hashtag books in. It only registers 1, mate, so you can put it in 35 times if you want, but it'll only register once. So you obviously really want this book, but it only registers once. So I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But we'll do the draw now because there's plenty of people in for it. Let me just share the screen again. So here we go. Hashtag book. We're underway. Let's see who wins this one. It's flying. Lady Sam's been in every one. Hasn't won yet. And the winner is KB NUFC 73.
Over in Belfast.
Is that KB over in Belfast? I believe it is. But get in the chat. Let us know that you've won. Billy's favourite music's playing. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, where is he, Billy?
He's not appeared as yet.
No. Where is he? Oh. Now, do I play a little bit more music, Billy? Because it was a little bit through the song.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there. Thank God for that.
Yes, I'm here, Jesus Jones.
Band in the day.
Well done, KB. Send me an email, please. In the subject, put Match of My Life book, and obviously your address in the main body of the email. contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. It's down there in the description. Well done, KB. Now, Billy, we've got a few minutes left. Are we doing another one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Let's see what's in my magic pot, shall we? Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll give 2 of these away, okay? These are open to everybody as well, and it is Joe Linton signed for it. Well, my green screen's playing hell there, but it's Joe Linton signed and a couple of pictures. These will go absolutely brilliantly in a frame. So we'll give 2 of these away to anybody. Again, this is all our viewers. We're feeling very generous on the Toon Review tonight, aren't we? So we'll keep this open for a couple of minutes. This is everybody. What's the hashtag, Billy?
J7.
Hashtag J7. There you go. All lowercase. Well, the J in lowercase. Hashtag J7. Get voting, everybody. Get in the chat. Voting? What the hell am I doing? Get entering, guys. Hashtag J7. Everybody watching the show tonight can go in for this. And we will draw 2 lucky winners out. And we will send them down to you. They will look fantastic in a frame. The thing is, Billy, these kind of things, if you're trying to build up a sort of Newcastle United, homage or a little den, these things are perfect, aren't they? Because you can get them in a frame on the wall. And of course, they'll be worth a bit in the future when, Joe is long gone, 20, 30 years time. We're probably all long gone, but, I don't mean long gone in that sense, Billy. I mean, left the club. We might be long gone, but Joe's a fit man. I don't think he'll be gone in 30 years.
I don't think so.
But it's just I see so many wonderful pictures of fans on social media, and they have these like man caves, if you like, in homage to Newcastle United. I've always wanted one, and I've tried to get the studio looking like that, but I think it needs a bit of a repaint and stuff like that. So,
what about a shed? You thought about a shed?
No. I don't want a shed. It's you know what it is, Billy. Right now, the 2 houses are joined. I have to come into the other house, into my studio out the back, and I just don't want to have to walk down a muddy garden in the winter into a shed. Getting all the electric down there, expensive equipment in there for just some twat to come along and steal in the middle of the night. It's just how it is, mate. I don't want a shed. Just like you probably don't want a shed either, Billy. Oh, you've got a shed.
Well, it's a garage, actually.
Oh, what do we have in there?
Golf clubs, fishing tackle.
I didn't know you did a bit of fishing, Billy.
I don't. It's my late father's.
Right.
Me, I've been once. Hated it.
I used to fish a lot with the Derwent Reservoir in days gone by, but sadly the guy who I went fishing with passed away a few years ago, and I've never been since. Used to love going up the Derwent Reservoir and hooking those trout. Lovely bit of fish, Billy.
Well, my old man used to fish there. Yeah, when he used to come to the northeast, he used to go and fish there, but not my cup of tea at all.
It's a lovely.
You'll scare the fish away. Have they got fucking ears? Have they?
Yeah, I used to wonder why people would say that. You scare the fish away, but mind you, you never know, do you? I mean, the fish has never turned around and said, "I can't hear you," or "I can't hear you," and I'd be worried if they did. In fact, I'd shit myself, Billy, if a fish just jumped out and said, "Hey, what you doing? I can hear you now." But it's just what it is. Get Gazza to fish with you, says Sean. Yeah, he'd bring us a cooked chicken as well.
Seaman used to fish together, didn't they? Him and David Seaman.
Yeah. David Seaman's big into his fishing. Massive fisherman. Let me just. Oh dear. I've just received a very complimentary email text from Susan, who's obviously tuned into the show. She says, "You'll be getting a shed next time you kick me in bed."
Go on, Susan. Stand up for yourself, pet.
Wow. Well, thanks, love. Yeah. Thank you. Moving swiftly on, let's do the draw before we finish this show. Before I go and kick Susan, and then I'll have my own shed. I won't do that, by the way. Bloody hell, I'd probably get my head stoved in anyway. Right, let's do the draw. Oh, I haven't shared the screen. Let me just bear with me a second here. Right, giveaway 2. Right, nearly 200 entries. Here we go. The first winner, because we've got 2 of these to give away. The first winner is Steve. Has Stevie B won tonight?
He has, yeah. It's his second.
Wow. Stevie B, you have won again. Let me know in the chat if you want this prize or you're willing to move it on to someone else, as you are already a winner. But hey, you can have it if you want, Steve. We're just waiting for. I'm not going to play the music to do your head in, Billy, because you'll hear that in your sleep tonight.
We know he's here. People just waiting for him.
Yeah,
just say like Simon says, it saves your postage.
It does. Hey, listen, the draw is the draw. He's won it. So Stevie B,
he said do it again.
Yep. Are you sure, Stevie? I mean, look, you can have it, mate. You've won it. I guess he'd rather have the shirt.
Of course you would.
Go
on then, let's do 2 more draws then.
No, I want to make sure he's all right with it, Billy. We'll just, are you sure, Stevie? Because, you did win it genuinely, so there's no pressure, mate. If you want it...
He's sure.
Oh, he's sure. Okay.
Good lad, Stevie.
That is very kind, Stevie. Thank you so much. Here we go.
You did tell him
Stevie B again.
You did tell him there's a £5,000 check in the back of it, didn't you?
Yes. Les Kenny is the winner. Les Kenny. Les Kenny is the first winner. Les, let me know in the chat that you know you've won. We'll give him about 30 seconds, Billy, which is how long the music normally is, but I won't play the music, like I say. I understand that it could hurt you.
You could play one of Paul Gallant's songs for 30 seconds and it'd be just as bad.
No. That's a definite no. Come on, Les, where are you? Les Kenny, he's there. Les, drop us an email, please. J7 in the subject, J7 photo, and your address in the body of the email. contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com. The address is down in the description, Les. Well done. Right.
Hold on, Les.
We've got another winner, though, because there's 2 of these to give away. So here we go. The second and final winner of the evening is...
Last chance saloon.
Mark Edward Brown. Sounds like a politician. Mark Edward Brown, you have won. Let us know in the chat that you've seen it. You have 30 seconds to comply. Sounds like a film there. Yeah, Morgan, you were so close, but so far away. Guys, I've got stacks of stuff to give away, so we'll be doing another draw very, very soon for members as well. Mark Edward Brown, not quite a politician, but I'm here, mate. There you go. Mark, drop us an email, J7 photo in the subject, and your address in the body of the email to contact.thetoonreview@gmail.com, and we will get that off in the post tonight. Well, not tonight, but tomorrow or sometime this week. Anyway, good show tonight, Billy. Good bit of conversation, some prizes given away.
We're very generous tonight. Very generous.
Yeah, well, we're a generous channel, Billy, as you know. We like to give back, even though people don't think we do, but we do. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Keep your eyes open for any news show that I might do live tomorrow. And, of course, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. is, of course, the preview for the Nottingham Forest game with me and Billy Bob. Sam, if she's back, if she's kicking a boot, I don't know where she is. She's probably drunk on a park bench somewhere tomorrow night. Alex is down in Worthing, so it's probably just going to be me and Billy. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Great conversation, as usual. Thank you for your super chats and memberships, etc. Mods, you've been superb again during the draws. Thank you so much for your hard work. And, of course, thank you to Meow Mucker, Billy Bob. But a main thanks goes to you guys. Thank you for spending an hour or so on a Wednesday night with us. Well done to the prize winners. We will be doing another prize draw very soon because my bag's getting a bit full. That didn't sound right, but you know exactly what I mean, Billy, so don't pull faces. You put me off. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday evening, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check on Secret.